Okay. Yep. Thank you for joining again today. You're looking good this morning.
Hello, thank you. That compliment I'll keep on my left hand so I don't eat with it.
I don't know if it's the glasses or the lovely shirt you're wearing with your name on it, but it's got to be something.
The whole idea with behind the glasses is it's good to make me look half intelligent, even if I'm like you.
Oh well.
Always, there's a bit of dignity in the glasses somehow. It makes me look studious.
Yeah, I'm not sure it helps in my case, but I'll take it. No problem.
Okay.
Anyway, how was yesterday and over the last few days? What's been going on in the camp, and what have you guys been doing?
It's been great. Yesterday was the first time, after I spoke here, was the first time that we had a full training session with everybody. Everybody came. All the players are here now that we invited. And our newly appointed assistant, former captain, Joseph Yobo, he also came and he joined us for the first time. So it was good. The spirits are good. The atmosphere is just as normal. We're always happy. Over here, we're a happy bunch, and it just continued yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Yobo was captain of this team. A lot of these guys, well, not some of them played with him, and the rest, of course, must have heard of him. I wonder, how did they feel when they saw him come into the camp?
Well, I mean, obviously they would have heard about it, heard about his appointment, and been looking forward to it. So it was no surprise. He was formally presented to the team by the coach. He received a good response and good reaction. And this morning we gave him the floor to actually speak to the players for the first time, where he showed his passion and he demonstrated his passion for the game and for Nigeria, which is why he had played so many games for the country, and he tried to impart on the players the fact that, look, I'm here for you. If you need anything, come to me, because I've been in your shoes before. So it was good. It was good.
That's fantastic. And we hear there was a kind of a scrimmage, two sides. Musa's side apparently won 4-1. How did that go?
Well, it went well. Obviously, Musa is competitive as ever, as always, all the time. He rarely loses his sharpness. Musa has not played because I watch him all the time, so he hasn't played in his club for quite some time. And he had to travel to Nigeria. And if I had to do that before I came to Austria, I'll probably have added like 16, 20 kilograms. But he just was trim as ever and, competitive and smashing the goals and scoring and chasing down balls. So it was just like the good old days, nothing's changed. And he won, he was very loud, he was very ovacious about the fact that his side was the winning team, as he always is.
He's a ball boy. Tell him I said that. He understands what I mean. Tell him I said he's a ball boy, and the ball boys are always the house boys of the house.
I'll pass the message on, and I'll bring back to you his reaction.
That'll be very good. So, Paul Iheanacho, I'm very interested in him because with Osimhen out, it's a toss-up between him and Cyril Dessers for who starts up front. And I know Ghana told me last week that he plans to try out different tactics. He's going to try like 3 at the back, 2 strikers. So from what you saw of those two, what impressed you the most about them?
I mean, there's a complicity between them, but also there is a competition between them. Obviously, if we're going to start with one player up top, it's got to be one or the other. Paul looks sharp. Paul is a different type of player. He's tall. There's not many that can boast of being taller than me, but he is one of them. And he holds up the ball well. He looks very sharp. He's a very Langley figure. Normally because he's tall, he looks a bit gaunt and frail, but now he looks even more trim, and I don't know that it was ever possible for him to be trimmer than he was before, but he is. It actually means that he is very fit. He's doing something right, and it looks sharp. His touches, his hold-up play when he chests the ball and holds it down. Very good, very competitive. Cyril is a different type of player, obviously. He's a fighter, he's a striker, he's your modern day, chase down the ball type person. He gets involved in the play. They're different people. They could work well together, but one would have to make way for the other if we decide to go for the one striker up top.
Okay, that's fantastic to hear. I mean, they provide us with different options, and that's great. And the midfield, we talked about it yesterday that we had our entire first choice midfield had been decimated. So when you look at it from that perspective, how are the guys holding up? The ones who are supposed to step into the breach?
They're doing what they have to do. They're trying to play their way into the starting 11. They're doing a good job. We're happy with what they're doing. Frank Onyeka is bringing in, his maturity. I've been watching Frank Onyeka since when I was watching Onuachu at Midtjylland in Denmark. And at some point, he wasn't quite ready. But he looks ready now. He looks ready to take up the challenge. So he's playing well. We have Mikel Agu, he's an old one there. He's been with us a few times. He's been involved in a few of our games. It's great to see him back. He's doing very well in his club in Portugal, and he's brought that into the team as well. We've seen him in 2 training sessions, and he's been good, sharp, fit, agile, and the young boy, Samson Tijani. Samson's doing very well. I'm quite impressed, He's genuinely young. He's one of those ones who wants to learn, but he's not too scared to put a foot in if he has to. And he has done and broke up play and done things that a proper midfielder should do. So, look, we're blessed. Yes, our midfield is decimated as far as the experienced and known hands are concerned, but I think we've got good deputies as well, and we're happy with that.
Fantastic. I have a sneaking suspicion, and you don't have to tell me if you don't want to. I have a sneaking suspicion that Shemi Ajayi is going to play in midfield because the way I see it, we have the full complement of defenders, and Shemi has played there, but at his club before, and I think even with Nigeria. So I have a sneaking suspicion that we'll see in midfield.
Let's keep that suspicion to you because obviously you're chasing after my job as scout, so you might know 1 or 2 things that I don't. So we'll keep it that way. Let's see.
As well as I think it does, then why not? I could steal it.
Obviously, Shemi has played in that position for his clubs. He's played there for Rotherham United. He's played there for West Brom. So it's a good option to have. We will see how he holds up. And then we'll see what happens when the team is selected tomorrow.
We have a couple of minutes to go. And I'm just going to bring this. Look, Gernot Rohr has got to have himself a headache. Like I said, he's got a full complement of defenders. And when Omero was injured, Shemi came in and partnered William and did an absolutely fantastic job. Now Omero is back. And, how does Gernot decide? I mean, because you can't drop him. I mean, I'm just thinking aloud. You can't drop him. At the same time, Kenneth is doing well when he's come back. Leon is fit. He's been playing for Rangers. He's come back. So there's a glut of central defenders who are playing regularly for their clubs and who can start at any point in time. So as a coach, when he's making that decision, what's the thought process that goes in there?
The thought process is that we focus on the present, and I'm sure he's in a better position to talk about it again when he comes. I think he'll be doing something open with the media tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, but in the meantime, the thought process, as I know him, is always about let's focus on the present. In the present time, we've got 2 friendly games to play. They are friendly games when we can mix and match and make a few changes, and therefore this is a time when he looks at the fine detail of who he wants to start and who he will bring on. I'm sure that pretty much everybody is going to be involved in these 2 games as much as is possible, and therefore for now we're looking at all of them. I think the big decision will not come until when we actually have to play competitive games starting next month, when we now have to decide on who's going to be the one. Right now, we're looking at all of them. It's a great problem to have, believe me. that we have enough people in defense that we can actually chop and change. I love it. It's a nice challenge to have. I'm sure he does as well because he's a defender. And what you don't want to have is a shortage of options. You'd rather have a lot to choose from, and then it's now down to him. Pressure is on him, not even on me, thankfully. Pressure is on him to pick the one that is the best of the two, the best two of the lot to start in the center of defense, or maybe three. That will be his problem to sort out. And I will be taking a rain check on that one for
now. I can imagine. So before you go, just tell us, what is it that Nigerians should expect from these, from the game? We'll talk about the next game later, but from this particular game coming up, what should Nigerians expect from this team?
And like I have said before, we just expect to see an evolution. We are just coming together again to work together for the first time in 11 months. And we would have had probably a handful of training sessions in that time. But I've seen some great things. I've seen some great things. I've seen promise, I've seen drive, I've seen fight. I've seen the fact that if we get it right, the sky is the limit. And I'm not talking about winning friendly games alone. Yes, I know we all want to win every time, but I'm not only talking about friendly games alone. I'm talking about the future looking really, really bright if we can make the right choices of these players going into competitive football in the future. I've seen some great things. I've seen some good football that I'm like, oh, did we put this team together? I'm actually amazed as well. Moves, nutmegs, nice little moves and touches and understanding and complicity between players has been great. It has been great. And I think that Nigerians should look forward to it with positivity, with a positive mind. Where it goes wrong, the way they see it, the way the Nigerians see it, we see it as well. Most importantly, the head coach sees it. So while he cannot join them on the field and correct their mistakes immediately, the good thing about it is he is an experienced hand. He will go back to his room in his hotel room and he will think about it and sort it out before we get to that point where we have to play competitive football. So I can see great things, I foresee great things, and I forecast a great game.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, yes, I was going to ask you about the food. Are we getting any Nigerian food, any jollof rice or anything? Are we still eating Oyibo grass?
Please, let's stick with the Oyibo ones at the moment. The jollof rice and the pounded yam can be a little bit heavy for our guys. So let's just try and do things normal and have things proper. There will be time for the egusi and all that in the future, but not now. The food's been great. This place is an amazing place, Austria. We've had a good time here so far. The food has been wonderful. The hotel is closed to everybody else. The restaurant's closed. It's only us here. And they've made every food, every meal, including the dessert, like very sport friendly.
Okay.
Make sure that we burn it. The coaches make sure that we burn all the calories that we put on there. Food's been wonderful and nobody's complained.
Yeah. And I know I said this was but absolute last question. And I need to ask this because I should have asked it yesterday and I'm asking it again today. COVID-19 protocols. I think this is very important. You just mentioned the hotel being close to everybody. What precautions are being taken, to keep the players safe? And also, when they get in contact with the Algerians, is there like a combined sort of arrangement, to make sure they stay safe, we stay safe when we get in contact with each other?
Absolutely, and they have not made any, they've not hit the importance of this whole COVID situation. The Austrian authorities, the UEFA and FIFA have got booklets of protocols that we have to go through. There's hand sanitizers everywhere. We wear our masks even when we're in the training pitch. If we're not on the pitch, we have to wear our masks. We wash our hands. There's a test center very close by that we will be taking our tests again tomorrow and after the game. So the protocols are very strict. We're not allowed to go out. We're in pretty much self-quarantine as it is because we can't go anywhere. We can't make contact with the outside world. And therefore, it's been good. And I hope that it will stay that way so that all the players can go back safely to their respective club sides.
Okay, thank you very much, Tunde. That was amazing, and I thank you for it. So hopefully, I'll see you again after the game, where we'll have some. We'll celebrate the win, or I'll give you some hard knocks if we don't win.
Yeah, well, let's wait until that time comes. Fingers crossed, we'll actually be swallowing humble pie and saying well done Sunday. But we'll see.
Okay, thank you very much, my man.
Cheers.
Mm.